Hi, good morning everybody. I have no clue if this little button thing is working, so I hope you're all here. I know we've been doing the 5-inch squares, and I've got a little something to go with them here in just a minute. Boy, I am so incredibly tangled, it's not even funny. This is what happens when Mackenzie doesn't come in. Oh well, we'll figure this all out before it's all done. All right, this is what I wanted to show y'all. I've got a new class, and I'm going to tell you all about it in just a minute. What I wanted to tell you was, we've been talking about the 5-inch squares. Well, this is something I use a lot in the shop. This is from a 5-inch square, and this is a pattern weight, and I use these a lot when I'm sewing. And I take them and I sew them corner to corner and then across again, and then I stuff it with rice, beans, and BBs. Yes, BBs, because I want this sucker to be heavy. I mean, look at that. That's got some weight to it. And then I put a little ribbon on it so that I don't confuse this with little boo-boo bags, which we'll do in another Thrilling Thursday episode. And I use these to weight things down on my table. Good morning, Jeannie. And thank you for Mama's birthday yesterday. And I use these to weigh patterns down. Do not use this in the microwave. Boy, will you make a flaming mess. And they come in so handy. And I just hand stitch up one edge. I have these all over my sewing room. I have them bigger, smaller, longer, narrower. And they come in very handy, especially when I'm getting things started and need to hold pattern pieces in place while I'm moving around my sewing table. So this is my 5-inch square contribution for the week. All right, next on the list, and you hear? See, that sucker's heavy. All right, mannequins. I want to talk to y'all about sewing mannequins. If anybody knows me, they know I love sewing mannequins. So first of all, I want to talk to you about Audrey. Y'all know she is the queen around here, and Audrey has been with me for many years since I opened my first shop. This week she is modeling a jersey knit. Now, the reason we're talking about mannequins in general today is because they come in all shapes and sizes. And for those of you who are new to sewing, you're going to think, oh my God, I need a mannequin. Well, yeah, they're helpful, but they're not all built the same. Audrey is on, and I'm going to lift her skirt here, so gentlemen, cover your eyes. She is on a little wooden stand, and she's got 4 legs, and the base of her is about as wide as her shoulders. And she is, Audrey, she's styrofoam, and she's covered in a knit covering. But her dimensions are not a real woman, all right? She's not built like we really are. So she's really only, her main purpose is just for display. And she is displaying a gorgeous jersey knit, which you can find on sewandsewsplace.com. And it's 60 inches wide, by the way. She is hiding a bolt of fabric right back here, okay? I didn't cut this off the bolt and wrap it on her. It's still on the bolt. I'll unwrap her in another day or two and put something else back on there for her to display. But that is her purpose in life, is to be beautiful. That's what she does. She makes the place look good, all right? That's what she's good for, display. Next, I want to show you this one that's over here, and I'm by myself this morning, so y'all put your seatbelt on when I move the camera. This mannequin is very similar to Audrey in size. It has a little bit more, it has some trim work on it. But as you can see, this trim work doesn't even go down straight. It's not a straight drop. The line is not vertical. It has a curve to it. So this one, and even with all this pattern on it, it's not really useful if you were to use it for sewing. And inside, it's not styrofoam, it's plastic. Not helpful. Okay, so it also is just for display. It's just pretty. Okay, the next one I want to show you right here. This is an adjustable dress form. In fact, it's even got a little bit of a pincushion styrofoam right here. This one I've had for, I don't know, 30 years. And in fact, it's gotten so bad that this kind of flannelly fabric had started peeling off. And so I tried to glue stick it down years ago, and finally I just gave up and I covered it with, I did just a kind of princess not even a princess seam. I put some darts in it and I covered it. And at one point, this had a paper dress on it. A newspaper needed a paper dress for a bridal show they were doing, and gave me some rolls of newsprint, said, here, make a paper dress. So I did that. And this was the mannequin that I used. Also, the base of this one is wider than the shoulders. That's important because it helps keep it from tipping. This one has an adjustable base, and it's a little bit difficult for me to show you, but it has a little piece down here that you can use to help you do a hem all the way around. This spins all the way around so that you can hem something, okay? So this is helpful to have in your sewing room. Okay, last but not least, this is the one that, okay, getting real personal here. This was me 20 years ago. The reason I'm showing you this is because I've taken this off of it. This is a duct tape mannequin that was made of me long time ago. I have since then put on and taken off a good little bit of girth, which my mother loves to remind me of. And this was made way back when people started saying, ooh, let's make a duct tape mannequin. Okay, well, I did that. I had a friend help me because you certainly cannot put duct tape on your backside very efficiently. But this was very helpful to me and has been for years, but it's kind of time for me to do a new one, as you can see. Yeah. No. My husband did a pretty good job of getting it close to my height, and I'm good at adjusting hems. But she was covered in this cloth. I had her a nice sheath over her, a nice bodice covering her. And that's what I pinned to. And I had her center, front and back. The one mistake I made on her was putting the arm. So that was always a bit of a pain in the neck. But here I am now. I'm working on this tunic. And this is the back of my tunic. I've already got my darts put in it. And here is the front of my tunic that I'm working on. And I've got my neckline pinned to it. And so now I want to do I've got my shoulder seams here. So here I want to pin my front and my back together. Now, of course, I'm wishing that I had not taken the cloth off to show y'all. But it had been pinned and written on, and it was in pretty bad shape. So if I want to put all this together, having the cloth there is very helpful because it helps me by having it marked properly. You've got your seam lines, your side seams, your waistline, your bust lines, everything marked just for you. It's a double of you. And duct tape mannequins are so inexpensive to make and have, whereas these forms are like $130, $150. Okay, so I'm just real quick like pinning that. But you see here, now I've got something to work on. I can pin this right up on, look, I can see that I've got my bust line, and I know this looks backwards, but when you're doing these tunics, you really want this hanging out. But anyway, are you getting the general idea of what I'm working on here? So you can see, I needed a white blouse. All right, so anyway, this is what I'm trying to impart to you, is that having something that fits you, that's not a skinny mini, that you don't have to pad and guess, is more effective in your sewing studio than something that's somebody else's ideal. Because you have to dress the body that you have and make that one right for you. So, coming up here in so-and-so's place over the next month or so, these are the classes that we have going on. We are doing a class on make your own duct tape form. This is a free workshop. We're going to be doing that here in the shop on April 9th. That's a Friday. So I want y'all to get your list together. Well, I've got the list. I want you to call us, reserve your spot. I'm going to give you the list of the things that you need, and we're going to make duct tape mannequins. I've got 2 days set aside for that, so grab a friend, come on in, and I'm going to help y'all do this. Also, we're going to do it again on the 20-something. Call me. I'll give you that date. Then, the next class we've got going on in April, and this is a 4-part class. Y'all, let me tell you, Linda has gone above and beyond. Linda's always going above and beyond for y'all, and you really need to take advantage of this woman's wealth of knowledge. Linda is teaching this tote bag, and she is amazing. So this is the tote bag. It has zippers, it has buckles, it has, I mean, look at this. We are providing you with the pattern, the buckles, all of the interfacing, all of the zippers, and all of the magnetic snaps you need to complete this bag. All you have to come up with is you, your tuition, and whatever fabric you want, because I'm not going to choose your fabric for you. That would be kind of silly. All right, so that class is kitted. All right, next, coming up in May, we have got a fantabulous instructor coming, Jane Tavernier, and she is going to teach y'all thread art. So I really want y'all to consider this class. This is a 1-day workshop. This class is almost fully kitted because, again, you got to make your own choices about some things. And Jane is going to be bringing some supplies. We are providing a lot of the supplies, plus we're providing you with lunch. So I really want y'all to come and take advantage of this class too. Isn't this gorgeous? Jane is an award-winning instructor, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. So I hope y'all are getting some detail here. This is hanging up in the shop, as well as Linda's tote bag. Jane is not going to come teach this for less than 6 students. Linda's class is a 4-part class. Again, here is the tote bag. Amazing. This bag, I mean, you could put this, and this could be a weekender bag for the rest of your life. So really solid, beautiful piece here. And I really would like y'all to take advantage of these classes. And last but not least, this week is the last week of our 20% off all of our Christmas fabrics. Okay, y'all come on in here, take care of all this stuff, and if you have any questions on anything, you know where to reach me. Molly at soandsosplace.com and 282nd Avenue, Unit 4, Dayton, Tennessee. I love y'all very much. Have a wonderful day, and stay dry because it is really raining out there. It's a great day for sewing. It's also a great day to come get Christmas fabric at So and So's Place. Bye, y'all.